Hello ladies, it's Glenn Depke from Depke Wellness. Here in your last video tied into the triggers causing your menopause symptoms. And what I did today is I really saved, what I would share is kind of like one of those areas where I would say I saved the best for last. Because I really want to help you understand basically the accumulation of all these triggers and what it actually leads to in your daily life. And not only how this affects menopause symptoms, but many other symptoms may be dealing with today. And that word and what we're going to focus on today is the simple fact that if you are experiencing menopause symptoms and stress hormone imbalance and adrenal insufficiency, you are most likely living an inflamed life where you're dealing with inflammation on a consistent basis. Now, a lot of people think that you're inflamed if you're really heavy, and that's just not true. There's a lot of people, and women specifically, that I coined a term I called skinny fat, where you might look and feel relatively thin and lean, but you can still be dealing with a significant level of inflammation. Now, the inflammation, and why I wanted to save this till the end, because when you're inflamed, that is the reaction to the standard American diet, high in processed food, sugar, and caffeine. That is also the reaction to a gluten sensitivity. It is also the reaction to a cross-reactive sensitivity. It is also the reaction to infection in your body, toxicity in your body, and injury in your body. So what I want you to recognize is all the other triggers that I had mentioned in earlier videos, as we address all these triggers, all cause inflammation. Now, the big kicker with this is the inflammation basically affects your adrenal glands, which remember is your stress hormone system, because when your body is inflamed, you're going to produce a hormone that's called cortisone as your body's natural anti-inflammatory. So when you have this chronic inflammation, there's a chronic need for the production of cortisone. And in all sincerity, don't you have enough stress in your life? Isn't there enough mental and emotional stress, and maybe stressors of these other triggers, that you don't really need the high need for cortisone to deal with the inflamed body, because your stress hormone system just can't take it? And we already know that's an issue, because we know you're dealing with adrenal insufficiency because you have menopause symptoms, right? And so the other way that you can even tell if your body's inflamed is there's some simple things that will typically occur. You know, you could have bloating within the stomach. You could actually be, let's say you get up in the morning and you get out of bed and you're really stiff to start moving in the morning when you get out of bed. Or perhaps you're sitting at your desk in the office all day, and after a couple of hours sitting at your desk, you go to get up and it's like the knees are kind of creaky and stiff, and just things aren't working well. And those are symptoms of chronic inflammation. Or maybe you're somebody who has chronic sinusitis and sinus issues. There's so many different levels that you can be experiencing inflammation in your body. And it's essential to take care of this to be able to walk away from your menopause symptoms. So tomorrow we're going to begin moving into the end of the series as we are beginning to wrap this all up and put a nice bow on it and help you understand what you can do moving forward to not just escape your menopause symptoms and relieve these, but as you already know, to bring balance back to your adrenal function, which we've been also referring to as your stress hormone system. So to be sure that you get this next video, subscribe on this page. And I'm Glenn Depke from Depke Wellness. Thank you so much for your time.